So he don't need dinner then.
He already had dinner.
Spoiled ass dog, man.
The bone is not food.
Oh, it's a snack.
Yeah, it's a treat.
It's a treat. Okay.
Was you using my scalp massage this morning?
No.
Oh,
Why is that?
it's over there by on your side of the bed.
I didn't put it right there.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be piloted by their veteran quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Ryan Tannehill.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Tannehill to the air to start out. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. The Buccaneers at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Tannehill. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it. Anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
So now here are the Panthers with excellent field position to start off. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a 4th-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Oh, good move. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Cousins to throw it. Touchdown Panthers. Tommy Trimble. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point attempt to come here. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Cousins now. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins for Marshall. That's complete.
On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown.
Terrace Marshall.
55 yards.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So out come the Bucs now. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And this is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this 1st quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, They've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
Cousins on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd down now, it's Burton. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. 3rd and goal for Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And his kick is good. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter.
So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now Tannehill. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Connecting with Burton here over the middle.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. On second down, here's a run with Hubbard.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
A check on the numbers last week for Hubbard. 18 carries, 74 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
On first down, Burton. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. $17-0 our score after 1. Panther football to start quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Hubbard will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Hubbard again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Taken in at the 3, and he won't quite make it to the 25.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a toss. Hubbard going left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Burton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And it's incomplete.
These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Cousins. And this throw will be intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
They'll start the drive with a give to White.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Tannehill on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he is going to have the Bucs first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Now Tannehill with a little touch pass to his wideout. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. From the 30 on second down, Tannehill. He's got Otten on the out route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, here's White. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tannehill going to get this forward on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he has hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now Cousins. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Ryan Tannehill in the offense heading back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. This one taken in by Otten. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Tannehill going to keep it, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. but it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's second down.
Tannehill. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Cousins throw complete there to Moore.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Marshall.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
To throw, Cousins. He's got a man. That's Marshall. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Well, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. They win it.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. A 1st down throw for Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Marshall. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing, Cousins. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, With no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
This will be fielded inside the 5. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Burton. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
First down, here's Cousins. For Marshall, that's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. And this one is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Cousins now. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That caught by Trimble. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Cousins on first down. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing is Cousins. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Cousins. Over the middle, it's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. They'll run here with Hubbard. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Cousins to throw it. This one into the hands of Burton. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Third and goal for Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll go up the middle with White. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Tannehill on first down. Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Up the gut, Fournette. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Tannehill. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Well, the Jets sweep. This is Godwin. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And a short gain down to about the 33. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Time now for Terrace Marshall and this Carolina offense to begin their next series. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. On the handoff, running left is Hubbard. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22. Good footwork at the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Now this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Tannehill's throw on target to Godwin here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it's Tannehill. Right back to Chris Godwin. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Otten brings it in over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Tannehill. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he is going to have a Bucs first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Completes it again to Gage. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Play action, it's Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Tannehill throwing again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's White. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Fournette. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Right back to Hubbard. To the 22-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. Burton. And he stopped immediately there. On 3rd down, Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass. You don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Carolina, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.